You feel the heat pressing down on you all yet again, not a single cloud in the sky, as you look out upon the rolling hills of sand everywhere in front of you.
Don't say it.
So I can get the dots. So, Lonzee goes up on top of one of the nearest dunes and points out towards a mountain to the west. That is where Lonzee is. I was. As you look into the distance, all you see is sand.
Okay.
Going?
Yeah. I was only going to. Yeah. Let's just get going. No questions can come later.
So, an hour passes as you start to trek your way across. See an occasional plume of dust in the far distance as you're making your way towards a distant mountain. None of them come close enough to potentially interact with you. It seems as though Lonzee is skirting around a path they might take. Another hour passes and you find yourself into a slight divot in the ground, which seems to be a bit firmer than the sand around. The expanse is quite wide, and you see, sticking out the sand, approximately 50 meters in front of you, what seems like it could be a bow of a boat. Moderate sized one, potentially could have been a single pleasure craft of some kind.
Don't see that every day.
Have you checked that out, Lonzee?
Yeah, I kind of came from this way somewhat.
Is there anything interesting?
He walks over towards it. Do you follow?
I do.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we stick quite close.
He gets towards it. There's a large hole in part of it near where the sand is. It's just an old, long, sunken boat. No idea from when. He puts his hand on part of the wood and he just simply pulls his hand up and it snaps away, the wood crackling to bits in his hand.
Oh, it's really dried out.
If there was anything left in it that was worthwhile, it's going to be a long gap. I used it for shade for a bit. That was about it. More or less the only type of thing I've seen. I followed the riverbed for a while. There's occasional old bits of old boats. There was one quite a way away. It was full of gold. A fool's treasure, and only a fool to look at it. Like that one.
Anyway, let's not dwell any longer than we need to.
He continues on past it, going across the dip for about another hour. It starts to curl upwards, meeting the sands. And another hour passes. You see the mountains starting to get closer. As you look back, you look about midway now, at the 4-hour mark. The heat bearing down on you, the red sun burning away. You start to see signs of dust activity increasing as you're getting nearer. Another hour passes as you draw closer and closer and closer. Another hour. You stop occasionally now, making sure that your paths don't cross with some of the small dust disturbances. Seem to be more active here than normal.
Not a problem.
Well, as long as we don't disturb them too much. Strange though. What if I expected to see some buildings by now? We should already be within the city limits.
Well, makes me think that it's a good idea you brought that shovel.
Yeah, what we're looking for might be buried beneath us at this point.
Goodness, I hope not.
Well, let's not preempt things. Let's just keep going for now and figure things out as we go.
Another hour passes. The heat bearing down on you is starting to become stronger and stronger and become somewhat unbearable. The rocks of the mountains start to rise out the ground in front of you. You can see a few places where you could potentially take shade, but you don't really see any signs of buildings anywhere. You see Lonzee looking around quite a lot, like he's trying to find any sign. I'm sure it should be here. Somewhere here.
What are you looking for?
Anything. Buildings, hotels, a sign of people that were here. I've been here before. It was under tense conditions. You aren't here now exactly being friendly folk, but they had temples and they had big buildings.
Can I look around to see if I see anything?
Sure, roll me a perception check. You look across the various dunes around you. You don't really see any signs of anything other than rocks. But then you look back briefly and you see one that seems to be slightly different colour from the rest. Whereas most of the rocks around you are more of a brown, this one seems to be more of a grey. It's about 60 metres away from you. That's a rise in one of the dunes.
I point towards it. That is the only thing I can see that's a little different.
What?
Stone, it's one of them is very different from the others. And since we don't have anything to go on, that's maybe something.
He starts to take off at a bit of a somewhat run across the sand and dust. Become a bit of a cloud behind him until he reaches roughly the spot where that rock is, and he starts to scoop away some of the sand and dust. Beneath that is a cracked brick made out of grey stone. As he digs around it, there are several others which are in worse condition underneath it. Well, at least I know I'm definitely in the right place. We should get close to the mountain then. He's looking around at the mountain trying to judge exactly where he thinks he is. I think over there we should be okay. That should be where we need to go. It's at least where they tended to keep their important buildings, I think, right near the base of the mountain. He starts walking on. Do you follow?
I follow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do you follow on into the 8th hour? You feel the sun beating down on you harder than before, and you feel it starting to take its toll on you. Everyone gains an exhaustion point again.
Did we recover our exhaustion from the last time?
You did, yes.
Yeah.
We did while we rested.
Hey. Oh. Yes, yeah. As you get close to the base of the mountain, Lonzee's eyes grasp onto something. It's another grey stone. This one higher in a dune, though. He starts to climb up the dune going towards it and starts to brush away some of the sand and dust at the side of it. And further along and further along and further along until you see a glint of colour. A greenish colour mixed in with it. Yes, this should be it, I think. This should be one of the main temples.
But is it the Stargazer Temple?
Should.
I've never been to the temples, but I know the Stargazer Temple was one of the main ones, and it was on the tallest. Looks around the dune that you're on, which is quite highly raised. So this is probably the right place.
Start.
I'm gonna need a hand trying to figure out where the door is, though.
I will do a sarcastic clap.
The sound deadens in the air. But you hear it spread out, it doesn't really bounce off much. There isn't really much air to carry it.
Say, when you say you need help, does it mean you need to dig?
Yes.
Is there? Can you not let your friend do it again? What's his name?
Well, I would
Lenny.
rather get into some shade sooner rather than later.
Same.
I'll tell you what,
Looking around, is there any shades, any cave at the base of this mountain?
roll me a perception check.
I think once we're in a building that's underground, it's much cooler.
Natural one.
For fuck's well.
You're just trying to blink away dust. You can't see fuck all. When he was running before, it kicked it up and it's just not gone out your eyes properly.
Oh, dude, come on.
I tell you what, okay, you just dig kind of around there below me. You there. But just all kind of try and get as close in towards where this is. I imagine it's probably going to be somewhat flush to this, and we'll see what we can find, okay?
Alright. I'm hopeful. It's called the Stargaze Temple, and Observatorium are usually in higher places, right?
Yes, that is
So maybe we pick the right place.
So you think it's
One way to find
near
out.
the more on top of the mountain, or?
I think it would be the building closest to the mountain, and since there's no buildings on the mountain, this will do.
A stargazer was a mythical being.
Ah,
Long story short, it's something the Lonzee used to worship.
Sounds like people that used to gaze at the stars to me.
Understandable.
Well, they were really tall, and well, if they were real, they were really scary things. They would sneak through streets, tell stories tall, and steal the dreams of those who slept. Those that had their dreams stolen wouldn't wake. They were believed to be highly knowledgeable.
Sounds like a boogeyman.
Somewhat. Is that kind of like a bagman?
That sounds terrifying.
I don't know what a bagman is, but it's basically a story that usually parents say to their children so that they're scared and in line.
It sounds like a bagman. Right, so let's get digging. Come on. Right. He starts digging away in the dust and the sand, moving it to one side. Everybody give me an athletics check.
No.
Your character just wants to do nothing, fair enough.
14.
Yeah, 0.
Oh. That might actually cost
Yeah,
that might
I
actually,
told you. No.
I imagine that what's happening is we're all digging stuff out of a hole and Carver just keeps putting the sand back in.
Go play with your buckets.
I just see the exhaustion has just got onto Kara, and she's just lying down on the baking sand, effectively.
Sand angel.
You say whilst you cough as the dust you kick up goes into your mouth. Hey, so, oh no, decent check. Other than that one. What was you gonna say?
Can I be that guy and say it's with disadvantage because we've got exhaustion?
I just
Yeah.
noticed that.
Yeah, good point. Fair point.
I'm not even going to bother rolling because I can't get lower than a 0.
I mean, you get double 0, you die.
Wow.
Because your arms give out, you're dead.
They just fall off.
He starts eating the sand.
Oh.
What? Okay.
Oh, actually,
No, it's still a good check then. Fair enough. That's rare.
that
Not
Your
for me.
disadvantage was better.
well,
Oh no, not for you. I might as well be dead.
Great playing with you guys. See ya.
actually,
leave away a lot
she
of
does a dust
sand.
angel, though she just sinks underneath the stuff. Sorry.
You move away a decent amount of the dust and sand, and you start to reveal part of a wall in various different spots. And I'm going to say David ends up noticing a bit of a hollow in the middle.
Guys, I think I found something. And I start digging out more.
Well, what'd you find, Dave?
It's a bit hollow here, so it could be two things. Either one, this used to be a door, or two, there's shade.
Honestly, both of those things would be decent news.
I bet it's sand.
You buried sand?
No, sand is buried.
Huh? Did she get like... what do you call it? When the sun...
Heat
The
stroke.
Heat stroke, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Sort of like the fur that Kara's been growing from the rat kebabs has been keeping it to.
You continue to clear out the sand from the area, and you start to notice that it becomes a bit of an alcove. And it does seem to be a entrance. It's... You can't tell exactly how big it is, but you clear out enough space that you could quite easily get through.
I get through it. Immediately.
Okay. You begin to push your way in, and Lonzee starts to follow you in.
Ah, shades, this is amazing.
If you go inside, it is still warm, slightly cooler, but still warm, just simply from the fact that it's not been exposed to the sun. There is a stale smell in the air mixed in with the dust, and you see a lot of darkness in front of you, and you get the sense that there is space.
I can
Lots
see
of
in the
space.
dark.
Fair point.
We all can
You
actually.
can see in the
I
dark
think.
now.
Yes.
Now I can, 120 feet.
Actually, I was easy to check to make sure I set the distance up right on this.
I think basically we can all see
I did not.
at least 60 foot in darkness.
Yeah.
Not we don't know about Lonzee though, obviously.
And the gnome see in the dark?
David would know.
You would.
I think they do have dark vision.
me just have a little check. He doesn't need to have dark vision.
Yeah. So yeah, he can.
Okay. You look around the space in front of you. You can see what is effectively an entrance down into a cave system. It goes down at a slope to reach this area from where you came in. You can see a lot of dust and rock. It's nice to be out of the sun. Hopefully this is the place. He's dusting himself off a bit, getting rid of as much of the dust as he can.
You guys think there will be slimes in this cave?
John, don't jinx it.
Slime sweat. Looking around.
It'd be nice to see something alive around here for a change other than an elemental. If somebody would like to create a 60-foot circle, give me an idea of your view range whenever you move your character. I mean, just generally make a circle so that as you move, you can move it with you.
Well, that doesn't help.
So, like, someone could draw the 60-foot circle and then someone just does an outline around it?
Yeah, just leave it for a second.
I gave myself a 60-foot aura, but I can't see the aura.
I'm tempted to get the dynamic lighting just from a subscription. That seems like it'd be so useful. You can see in front of you several buildings that are in a somewhat decrepit state. As you look up, everything around you is a cave. It's broken ground, rocks, but these buildings have been built into here, separate from the walls, separate from everything around them.
Any of this
They
looking...
look like...
Oh, sorry, go on, John.
I turn to Lonzee, ask, are these from before or after the
Great Burning?
Great Burning?
I mean, the architecture looks the same as any other Lonzee stuff. I wouldn't really know. I've never been here before. Never known to have temples quite this big, to be perfectly honest.
If the Stargazer Temple was supposed to be one of the largest that they had, this, well, might be a good sign if there's a lot in here.
Yeah, but I mean, a temple is meant to be a place of going to worship something. It seems like a cavern.
Maybe some survived.
I mean, it's possible that after, things started to get worse, they needed to adapt the structure to survive.
Possibly.
I mean, some people have like little temples in their own homes, right? Why can't a cave be a temple?
I think the point that Lonzee's making is more that it's the presence of all these extra buildings within the temple, not the fact that the cave is a temple. I guess the best thing we can do is just start looking around the buildings and just see if there's any indications of where to go. I mean, maybe there might be something inside that can give us a better idea of why they're here and, if our theories are correct or not.
Excellent idea. I say we go to the first one.
Maybe we can find street signs and Miss Martinez should be able to read them.
I mean, given that we're out of the sun here as well, at least we're not needing to do this investigating out in the open.
Is there any writing on this house that we're next to?
On the outside, there is not. There's a heavily dried wooden door at the entrance. The windows are all open spaces. You can see what was a tatter of fabric against one of the windows.
Is there any indication from weathering or discoloring that the building was in sunlight beforehand?
Roll me... Suppose that would be a nature check, wouldn't it?
Nature investigation.
I never really otherwise get to... Yeah, it's intimidating for an answer. I never really get to really use nature stuff, so nature check.
Nature.
It's a natural interaction with an object, my argument.
And still disadvantage.
Yep.
Yeah.
First one's good. These can only go downwards.
Well,
it can be 20.
yeah, you should have said it could go up, and then it might have.
Yeah.
The only way is
Well, you can see definite signs of sunlight.
So these buildings have been in the sun before.
I mean,
Any objections of going inside?
I mean, the only way on is through. And is
And,
through.
I mean,
And
we need more information to orientate ourselves, and investigating these structures, I think, is going to be the most straightforward way to achieving that.
I'm going inside.
They like to do this.
The building's
You go
not gonna
inside.
fall in on us, right?
as you push on the door door falls off and clatters to the ground, smashing into dust, effectively, with some solid wood still remaining in bits and pieces. After that, there's no other sound.
Do not touch the wall.
Yeah, or really anything.
Or any load-bearing pillar wall.
As you look around inside,
I will touch the wall.
the wall touches you back.
Oh.
You feel assaulted.
As you look around, you see what seems to be a large single-room abode. There are piles of unknown things, again, in several sections of the wall.
Writing?
I do like things.
It seems to effectively be dust and bits of long decayed material.
Mm-hmm.
There is a tatter of a curtain that was in the window that you could see, which it looks dried out and brittle. It looks like if you touched it, it would break.
Do I see any writing on the inside?
Roll me investigation check. Practical roll investigation.
7.
As you look around, you do not catch sight of any writing.
Well, I have no idea what type of building this is, but it does not look like a library.
If there's a library, would the books not have decayed as well?
I
Given-
assume that they would be in the same state as the door or this curtain that's semi-preserved, but at the moment you touch it, it just turns into ash.
Does any of us have the green box that glows?
Yeah.
Maybe if we use that to find our way.
Also, he showed us how it looks.
Yeah, but
And
maybe
you have
when
to
we
be
get close, it gives a faint light.
That's what happened with the snow deer horn, isn't it? The green
Yeah,
box. We didn't need to do anything. I mean, we held it up to verify it, but it reacted before we thought to take it out. So
So if you keep
But
the
it reacted
box inside,
before we found... It didn't react before we found the snow deer, right?
yeah, but we don't know because it was stored away.
yeah, I mean,
If you keep it open,
bearing in mind we were in a life and death situation when, in the moment that we discovered it. So, I mean, maybe there might be something that kind of only makes us aware once we're not in danger. But,
When are we ever not in danger?
Right now.
fair
We are
point.
the danger, Sarah.
are we though?
No. Kind of.
Simmer down, Walter.
If I was a library inside a cave, where would I be?
Somewhere near the center.
Inside the cave.
Yes, that's the right thinking, guys. Let's try to find the center.
I mean, maybe also we would look for, well, one of the larger buildings as well.
Large center building. It hopefully has library written on it.
Alright. Guess we move on then.
Right, who is the question?
Further in? Or do we want to check the other houses first?
Maybe do the buildings have windows?
They do each have windows.
If we take a peek via the window, maybe we don't need to go inside.
Are the windows on ground level?
They are, yes. And just as well, given you can now see the far side, over in this part here, there is a large wall and a large doorway made of stone.
House. Large doorway. House. Large doorway.
House.
Alright. Peek through the house, June. What do you see?
What do I see when I peek inside?
You peek inside, you see what could be the remains of a collapsed bed, and on it, you see a skeleton. Beside it, there is an open book. There's what could possibly be several piles, which could have been old furniture that's dried out, decayed, and collapsed in on itself.
I see somebody that has passed away.
Let's take a peek.
You see
The only thing of
skeleton.
interest is the book.
What is the physiology of the skeleton? Does it have legs, or is it more like a snake's spine?
I think it'll have
Although,
bones.
It has legs, but it also has what seems to be a partially splintered and broken tail as well. The mouth seems to be a bit more protruded with fangs, and it seems like the jaw could unlock by looking at it.
That's a
Bipedal.
UMT. What?
Bipedal. That means 2 legs. Or
Oh,
walking on 2 legs.
bipedal. Yeah. Yeah, I was more noticing the jaw. That's very able to move.
Yeah, they are snake-like creatures. So
It's a very strange thing to see. It's like a human snake.
yeah. Then again, a centaur is like a human horse,
Yeah.
which is also.
Which is
well,
where
if you think about it.
how are the organs in place? Wait, where are the lungs? Where's any of it?
Where were we?
Inside the cave.
When we find a centaur ever on our journeys, we can ask them. Isn't this
yeah.
book from a centaur?
I go inside to grab the book, by the way.
Be careful, make sure it doesn't fall apart.
As you place your thumb on the book, and on the bottom corners, the page starts to break away. Do you lift it?
Yeah. Does everything break away?
As you lift the book, you can feel parts of it, the spine pulling away.
Maybe read it first before lifting.
I read whatever is open.
If you look at
Yeah.
the script, it's a script you haven't seen before. As you look at the calligraphy, the lettering, you start to see the patterns until it eventually materializes for you, and you can make sense of it. And it roughly translates to, "It has been so long since the last. Yet I sit, yes I watch, yes I wait. I don't have much left. I get so hungry now. So hungry. I ate some of my tail today." That's the last entry.
Waiting for what? Alright, I go outside. Apparently that person over there was waiting on something or someone. And then basically starved to death.
Huh.
I would absolutely hate to go that way.
Yeah, me too.
Do you think many have suffered the same fate?
Yeah. Because the thing with starvation is it doesn't usually just hit one person and the others are fine. It's usually a big group of people.
Yeah.
And judging from the fact that not even the flesh has remained, but it's only bone, I assume that the people that were hoarding food and maybe even keeping it away from the others have also suffered the same fate.
It's kind of sad that whoever managed to survive the world.
So Kara watches a lot of true crime. She wants to examine the bodies.
Body singular. Go ahead.
Well, body.
What is it Kara is looking for?
See if there's any signs of something eating it before it died, or while it was dead.
Okay, roll me an investigation check.
A 6.
Given you've seen true crime, I'll give you. I was going to say give you advantage to give it an even roll. So it's a 6 then. So
6.
you're looking over it. It looks like a T-Rex could have bit it.
She's missing all her flesh and vital organs.
I think it's dead.
Guys, I think this is a skeleton.
Yeah?
Good job, Kara.
Of a dead person.
Isn't it weird that... I was going to say something very strange about the skeleton inside a flashback and just moving around, but it seems inappropriate standing next to a dead person.
Maybe a skeleton that lost its flesh back.
Yeah, I mean, it's very...
He's
Are we...
dead. Oh, she. It doesn't care.
Are...
Or it's.
Can I look at the hip to see if there's any... Ooh, how do you say it? Wait.
Childbearing hips.
No!
Egg-laying
Cartilage?
hips.
Is it called cartilage?
Backbone.
Oh.
Backbone, yeah.
Yeah, cartilage.
Yeah, to see if there's any cartilage like in the middle of the hip to figure out if it's female or male.
Not even having you roll, I'm going to say you can't see any sign of it, simply because cartilage would have long since dissipated. Would have thought?
So if it has dissipated, that there used to be there.
If it was there.
If it was there. Ah, so
So
I
female.
think it's female.
Isn't it the shape of the gap in the hip?
It's also the shape, but since I cannot figure out how, maybe they have different hips. You know, like a centaur hip is not the same as a human female hip.
Would a centaur have
Right.
2 sets of hips or 1?
Would the centaur wear his pants with just the front 2 hoofs?
No, stop! Please stop.
These are the questions
they-
you need to be asking.
I'm moving on.
Oh, dude.
I'm
Wait, but
If you
it's
ever meet
snake
centaurs, you'll get an
person.
answer.
Lonzee, do
yeah.
you want to lay eggs or give mammal-like birth?
Mammal, like Beth.
Okay.
So we're moving on, or there's still one house. There's also, I want to point out, the giant stone door. That's probably keeping people either out or in.
Should we be prepared?
If they talk
encounter
about
something?
waiting, if that book mentioned about waiting, I'm guessing it might be waiting to go in. So maybe it's to just keep the people out here
Or
out.
waiting for some. Could be.
I mean,
Maybe
maybe we
it's
should,
like a waiting area to get accepted into the bigger community.
I think honestly we should check the last house just to see if we can get a little bit more context about this stone door.
It's a door.
Yeah.
It's made of stone.
Well, yeah, I mean
You're
about
very
why is
observative
that?
today. Perceptive. Very perceptive today, Kara.
I just don't know what context for a door you'd need.
About
it
why is it there?
Where does it lead to?
It either stopping people getting in or stopping people getting out.
I mean, honestly, it's probably best that we know which of those it is before we just open it. Or at the very least, if we know that it's to keep something in, the nature of what it's keeping in, just so we don't walk in blind.
Maybe there's a note laying around that says, "Don't open the big door. There's a bunch of slimes behind it." And it would be very helpful if you would have read that before going inside.
I mean, sort of like, maybe it could also be a disease.
Here's the thing, though. Counter arguments, devil's advocate here. We need to get in there anyway,
True.
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter what's behind it. We're
It's
gonna
just...
need it.
Yeah.
Oh no,
takes
I'm not
a few
saying...
minutes.
I'm not arguing that we shouldn't go in there. I just want to know as much as possible before we do, in
Okay,
case we can
that's-
prepare for it.
That's fair.
And if we can't prepare for it, then yeah, it's fair enough. It doesn't matter. But
All right, into the last house.
As you enter into this house, yet again you see some decrepit piles of what could potentially be furniture, clothing, all kinds of all manner of potential things, which is now just a dried out husk of rotten, half-rotted rubbish. There doesn't really seem to be anything of note otherwise in this place, except against one wall. And something dark on the wall, there is writing. David,
I will try
you
and read
reckon
it.
you recognize it to be the same script as was in the book. It says, "Burn the lesser beings and light the way."
Okay, fascist, but I already knew that.
Fascist.
Oh yeah, they the reason why they burned the entire world, basically dooming the planet itself, is because they wanted to get rid of the lesser beings
Wow.
and light the way, as the rest of the sentence says.
That doesn't sound very nice.
Doesn't?
No. Yeah, I felt bad for the person laying there, but realizing that's their creed, their way of thinking,
Who said
makes
they
me
put it
feel
there?
less bad.
Who's that?
Who said they put it there?
honestly, at this point, I don't think it really matters.
Anyway, I'm continuing to the giant's door.
Yep. We all follow then, I guess.
The door is approximately 15 feet across by 20 high. It blends more or less seamlessly with the wall around it. You don't see any sign of hinges. The door seems to have a central circle and what could be similar shapes to spikes towards the bottom half of it, below the circle.
Spikes below the circle, which is in the center of the door.
Yes.
Why would there need to be spikes? they are snake-like creatures, they can just go in through the hole.
Just from a cursory glance, does it look like a cog to Brandon, or some reminiscence of it?
No, it just simply seems to be more or less a circle.
Okay.
I'm going to try and give you a visual representation in 1 second. Sorry, just bear with
Okay.
me. Okay, that'll do. Look a bit more to your right.
Okay, yeah, I
No.
can see it.
And there's also a line that goes down the center of it as well. I'm just going to add that in now.
And was the spikes were within the circle.
No, they're below it, sorry.
With above the ground.
Mm-hmm. Is the center circle turnable?
How do you mean joinable?
Turnable. Can I turn it?
It is 10 meters up.
Oh. I'm gonna cast light on it.
Okay. You cast lights, and you feel something in the door resist. Nothing lights up.
Oh, stone at it. Stone. Oh, stone.
There's something magical about the door,
Or something that resists
Maybe
magic.
It resists, yeah.
which also, because the Yanti, I assume that this is what they made. They had to go in and out.
Yeah.
So if it was made specifically for Yanti,
Well, Lonzee, you seem to know a bit about the Auntie. Does this style of door ring a bell to you?
Can't say it does, to be honest. Looks it
Fair
up and puts his hand on it. There's still magic in it. I can tell you that much, but beyond that, shrugs.
Okay, well, I mean, that's something.
Maybe there's a magic word that opens the door.
Is there any sort of writing on the door that we can see? Not that I could read it, but just that I might be able to point out to David.
Do you see some script being repeated going up the door from the base to the top on both sides?
Brandon would draw David's attention to it.
but oh yeah, you're right. It says, what does it say?
No, it does not say that.
No.
It repeatedly says the promise.
The promise, which could be a reference to the fire.
Could it be that mantra that you saw in the house, or something that you kind of read out?
Oh, damn, what did it say again? I have terrible memory.
Burn the lesser beings and light the way.
Maybe just
Burn
say
the
it out
lesser
loud.
beings, burn the lesser beings, light up the way.
Nothing happens.
Do we have fire? Maybe burn the lesser beings, and then it will light up.
Actually, that's something. Dave, do you know these language lessons that you've been having? It's
Yeah.
to read written language, but it says, have you been taught how to speak?
No.
Maybe you might have to say it in the language it was written. Maybe that could be a factor. In fact, Lonzee, can you read that language? Or no?
Yes,
Or
I
speak
can.
it.
Yeah.
Can you say it in Yanti?
I can say it like this, yes.
Try it.
I just did.
Oh, I'll translate.
No, in the Yanti language.
No. Dave, remember, it's being translated. What he's saying to us and vice versa. I think that's what he's getting at. Because I'm guessing it sounds like... Yeah, I'm guessing it sounds like we're speaking in Yanti to you.
No, it mostly sounds like you're speaking Gnomish, to be honest.
Yeah, so... Yes. Yeah, we're speaking a different language entirely. It's one of the properties of the building that we're traveling it
That's fascinating.
It really kind of is, honestly. It's one of those things that we don't really think about, but yeah, basically everything that we say is translated from our respective native languages to whoever we're speaking and vice versa.
And could you say the phrase in Yanti? Could you do that, Lonzee?
And the lesser beings and light the way?
Yeah, but then in Yanti.
It just gives you a damn padlock.
I think regardless of what language he's speaking it, we're going to hear it the same way.
Yeah, but it's more about the door. Okay, this is getting us nowhere. Burn the lesser beings, light up the way. I tried to cast light, does not work. We had to burn something.
I have
Yeah.
Sacred Flame.
Is that fire? It's radiant.
No, yeah, it's radiant. But we can try.
Lonzee, do you have a fire spell? Could be something simple.
Got nothing. No, sorry. Actually, no, I do kind of, but it takes a bit out of me.
How much is a bit?
It's well, compared to what I'm used to, it's a bit magic intensive.
You can also try to use the Destruction Rock.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily create fire.
We have one of those other rocks.
Burn the lesser beings, light up the way.
Explosion boxes from the Tiefling. We never use them, I think. And though an explosion isn't really fire, we could try it.
No, that doesn't work. I do have that searing smell I can do now.
How many things?
That's already fire.
Well, searing is usually on a flame.
Yeah, but I have a move called Sacred Flame, and it's not a flame.
No, well, it's a sacred something.
Yeah.
Can only sear a
She's up.
flame. This is fire damage. Yeah. I guess we could try.
I'd
But
rather
it
try
might be a waste.
Say we try the boxes first, because I can only use it like twice. And if we need it in a fight.
Box first, then. Oh wait, I guess best station to. Well, can I? I have a torch, don't I? If we need
I have a
fire.
I have
I have a torch.
Hmm.
I don't have a torch. Damn.
torches in my bag.
Could you give me one?
No. No, I hand him one.
I ignite it using press station,
I'm just looking at it lights on fire, giving a little flame.
and I
It
hold.
seems a bit weak in the air.
Oh yeah, I hold it close to the door,
How close?
touching it.
As you touch it, light spreads from the point across the door up to the spiky bits, and the spiky bits begin to dance back and forth as if fire. And within those bits, you see shadows, what seem to be people.
They're dancing in a flame.
As you
But
pull
it's-
away, it continues.
Oh, okay, and I immediately extinguish the flame.
The door gives off a soft light, what seems to be dancing fire, with darkened figures within.
It's burning the lesser beings. Now I cast light on the circle.
Now, the circle begins to light up. At first it gives off a soft yellow light, and it then starts to fade into a green colour. It begins to morph from a circle into... Sorry, I couldn't remember that already.
An
An
eye.
oval around it, with an emerald eye looking out. After a second, you hear a pop as the door parts and begins to slowly swing inwards. Until-
That's this creepy door.
Seems like a very convoluted way to open a door.
The air within smells off.
Still?
Yes.
I guess.
Right.
You gaze down into a passageway that begins to lead further and further away. Down and down and down. That's where we'll end off the session.
Oh,
Okay, what lies beyond the mysterious door other than more passages? I suppose we'll find out next week. But until then, thank you very much for joining us tonight, and we shall speak to you soon. Goodbye for now.
bye.
See ya.